Welcome back, guys. What's going on? Okay, so as you can tell by the title, today is gonna be a story time about the time that I wanted to punch my ex-boyfriend's mother in the face. Okay, so the title was kind of a clickbait. I mean, we didn't really date that long. We went on one date, and it was kind of a long distance. He lived in Indiana. Um, Yeah, but I'm just gonna jump right in and tell you guys the story. Okay, so basically, I used to have a best friend who went to middle school with me. Well, she had moved to Indiana, and we hadn't talked in like a year, maybe. And then out of the blue, she hits me up, and we start to reconnect, and then we get into this group chat, and it was with her and her friends. We was rocking, we was vibing, and then all of a sudden she texts me and says, I'm going to protect his name. I'm going to say Jason as his name. So she texts me and says that Jason really likes me and that we should start talking. Well, I was like, okay, cool. So I text Jason and, we kick it, we click instantly, we're talking, we're vibing, we're having a really good conversation. And then he's like, what are you doing this weekend? And I was like, at the time my mom was in the hospital, so I didn't know if she was gonna be out, if she was gonna be okay or anything. I told him what was going on. He was like, first he said, okay, so we was talking in the winter. And first he's like, I come to your city a lot, and, I go to Bats games, and, we should chill sometimes. I was like, well, that's a whole 3 seasons away. I was like, but you know what, I'm gonna be cool about it. I was like, yeah, sure. I was really vibing him. We always video chatted. We was always texting. Well, we start texting more and video chatting more, and we was vibing, we was cool. We was vibing, we was cool, and then he was like, oh, what are you doing this weekend? And I was like, if my mom's out of the hospital, nothing, and if she is, because when my mom's in the hospital, I always stay with her. It doesn't matter what the circumstance is. So I was like, if she's out, then nothing. And if she's in, then I'll be here. Jason was like, well, if your mom is out, let's go on a movie date. He's like, I'll come to you. I'll pick you up. It's like, cool. I was like, great. So beware, this is my first date ever. Like, I've had boyfriends, like, before this, but this was, like, my first actual date where I was, like, actually going out and everything. So I kind of got a little dressed up just to find that his mom is at my door. It's like, cool. I was like, it's okay. I was, like, meeting the parents. Like, it's okay. I was like, we vibing still. It's all good. Well, he had lied to his mom and said that we were supposed to be meeting other people at the movie theater. The best friend that I told you guys in the beginning, we were supposed to be meeting her when we wasn't. He told me that he was going to pay for the whole thing, and then his mom was like, I'm not paying for it. And I didn't have any money on me, so of course they had to pay for it. I didn't expect, all that. But we get to the movie theater. I just thought she was being protective. I was like, okay, it's cool. He told me when we first started talking, his mom's a little strict. I was like, mine is too. It's okay. It's okay. I'll get into it. So, okay. So we get to the movie theater, and we go in. He says that we're supposed to be meeting people that we're not actually supposed to be meeting, that the mom should stay out in the car, that we'll be okay, and all this. I was like, why did you lie to your mom for? I was like, what? But I was like, okay, because, like, at the time I didn't really, like, I was 14 at the time. Like, hello. Wasn't very sophisticated on dating, and you know, I don't even like boys. It's just a whole big thing. But anyway, he was like, so his mom was like, okay, I'll stay out in the car and get my college work done. She's in college, and we was like, okay, cool. So we go and see The Fifth Wave. You know, we didn't really watch the movie. Actually, we talked through the whole thing, and I'd be like, ooh, y'all kissed in the comments, and ooh, why you lying? Cause no, we didn't even kiss. We never kissed. All we did was hug each other. Like, we never kissed. We only seen each other once. We watched the movie. We talk. You know, the movie ends, and he says he's gonna take me to Tumbleweed. It's like, okay, cool. You know, vibing, movie and a lunch. Well, his mom came in for that, and we was talking, and you know, basically, so where I lived in an apartment at the time, and basically it looked like a rough place, but it really wasn't. It was actually a really good neighborhood. You know, it's just and I don't want to offend anybody because this isn't me saying it, it was her, and I'll get into that later, but I had 3 floors to my apartment building. There was the first floor, second floor, and then a third floor. Well, there was 2 apartments on each side. So I was on the left side of the apartment building on the second floor, and the people below me, who was like my big brothers at the time, like, you know, I loved them to death. They always protected me and everything. They was black, and his mom didn't really like that, but they was all out on the porch when I got dropped off. But this is when they picked me up. So basically at the lunch, she was basically bashing me about where I lived and told me that, you know, I shouldn't be living there, and etc., etc. Well, I just brushed it off. You know, I wasn't there for his mom. I was there for Eli. I didn't think away his name. Oops. Fuck it. I don't care. He doesn't even talk to me now anyway, but I done forgot where I was. Oh, the lunch. You know, I wasn't there for him. I was there for Jason, and you already know his name, whatever. And yeah, so me and Eli continued talking, and the rest of the lunch went okay. Well, we was driving home. We got to my house. He asked, can I walk her to the door? His mom told him no. All the people was out on the porch, and she didn't like that. She didn't feel safe, and that this wasn't a very good neighborhood that I should be living in, and etc., etc. She was just basically bashing me. And I was like, okay. It's like, it's fine. I can walk myself to the door. I'm not scared of the people that live below me, you know. They're like family. I don't care. I don't need nobody to walk me to the damn door anyway. And yeah, so they left, and we continued texting and everything. You know, I wasn't gonna let his mom get in the way of us, and etc., etc. You know, we still video chatted, but over time we stopped texting as much. We stopped. He was always grounded, he said, and he just wasn't really texting me. You know, he'd always be active. He was never texting, and you know, I tried to call him, I tried to figure it out, and then one day out of the blue he told me he loved me. I was like, but you doing all this bull crap, like, what in the hell? is going through your mind to cut off a female and then text her, "Oh, I love you, do not leave"? Granted, I was only 14 at the time, so of course I believed it. And yeah, we still, we had that on and off again, texting relationship. And then he told me one day, I don't remember what we was talking about, but somehow his mom brought in the conversation. I was like, "I don't think your mom really likes me." He was like, no, it's not that. It's just, I was like, "Your mom doesn't like me, does she?" And he was like, "No, not really." And then he was like, "Well," and then he stopped talking, and I was like, "Well, what?" He was like, "Well, she thinks you're like white trash, and that the people that you live above is trash." And I was like, "Eli, we can't be together no more." I was like, I can't do it. I can't have a relationship where the parents don't like me, I have to have a relationship with your family. Like, point blank, period. There's nothing around that. And it clearly wasn't going to happen with him. It was never going to happen. And, I thought I still have feelings for him. Even now, sometimes I'll question it, but I don't. I don't have feelings for anybody. And, I've come to realize that I don't even like boys. So, like, all of this, all of the heartbreaks and everything that I've went through, because I had love for them. Like, I had real love for them. And it just wasn't cutting it, I had my last heartbreak last year, and it hurt really bad. So I was just like, it's fine. But I come to realize that I don't like boys like that. There was one or two that I did that I had real feelings for, but that was it. And Eli wasn't one of them. But yeah, at that point, I really just wanted to scream, because I'm not from a high-class family. I'm not rich. I'm not high up. I don't wear designer clothes or designer shoes. I wear jogging pants and t-shirts and old Nikes. Like, I don't care for designer stuff. And for somebody to, like, make you feel like that you should isn't a real good human being, period. So I was just here to say, you guys don't need to impress anybody, nobody but yourself. If you are happy with you, the way you look, the way you dress, the way you talk, anything, that is you, honey. Do not try and impress anybody. Okay, well, this video is already 13 minutes long, so I'm gonna cut it here. But like I said, don't try to change yourself for anybody. You are beautiful and perfect just the way you are. Yeah, I will leave my Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter below. Tweet me, snap me, DM me. I try to answer back. I'm normally never that busy unless I'm at work, so I got you guys. We on this level. It's okay. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I love you, beautiful people, and I will see you guys next time.